Gather round, you exhibists, because it is time once again to enter the Continue Club and launch the latest episode of Press X to Continue. This is the only games podcast that you need, by the way, and we've got a very community-focused episode coming up for you today as we dive into the Discord and take our lead from what you fine folks have been chatting about in there. My name is Stefan Powell, and I'm joined by the actor, streamer, video game Colossus, Einel Tomlinson.
Oh, thank you very much. You know what? When you said gather around, you XE beasts, for some reason I just saw you dressed as Gandalf the wizard. Gather round. Yeah.
I've been teaching Joseph, who's my son. There's, in the park we take him to, there's one of those wobbly bridges you walk over, but it's sort of thin bridge.
Yeah.
So I've been teaching him to stop halfway through and shout, "You shall not pass." So all these kids are, who the hell's that weird over there? He's Gandalf. He's being Gandalf. You shall not pass. He's doing Gandalf. He's doing Gandalf. You uncultured come on. Fly, you fools. He does that bit.
And then dives off the edge. Yeah. Don't teach him that.
Tell you what though, we were on holiday recently and we need a new environment in there, so they play up a bit when they're going off to sleep. So what I would do to get him off to sleep is I would tell him the story of the Ring of Power. So I'd be like,
oh,
and I'm only 10. Basically, I do the speech about the 9 for the Dwarven Lords and their halls of stone, blah 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 blah. By the time I get to the end of that, 1 for the Dark Lord on his dark throne, he's fallen asleep. So it actually works really well.
Oh, good.
It's a good sleep.
Before you get to Sauron.
Yeah. 1 ring to rule them all, 1 ring to find them, 1 ring to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them, in the land of Mordor,
oh, nice.
where the shadows lie. And he's outers. And I was like, yes.
Listen, you need to start doing some audiobooks, Steph.
Well, I'm here, I'm available. You can give my agent a call. I do love that, though. What is it? I know it off the top of my head. 9 for mortal men doomed to die, 6 for the Dwarven Lords in their halls of stone, 3 for the Elven Kings under the sky, 1 for the Dark Lord and his dark throne. Yeah, anyway.
Look at that. Tolkien would be applauding.
Thank you, J.R.R. Well, look, right then, Einel, a bit of some mystery from last week. My mug.
Here we go.
Which changes when I put hot water on it, or hot things. My wife does not let me have it on the house. She doesn't like the look of it. But while the cat's away, the mice will come out to play. Now, what game? You said Dark Souls, didn't you?
I did. I'm thinking maybe Witcher now because you love The Witcher so much.
I'm thinking.
I don't know though.
It should be.
I don't know.
It takes a little bit of time.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Ooh, you can see it changing. You can see it changing.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, it's it changing.
I see it.
Oh, it's it changing. Look at that. It changes. How good is that?
Very good. I should have known. That's your other favourite game.
Come on.
I should have known.
I mean, it looks backwards on the screen, doesn't it? So it's the last.
That looks correct to me.
Oh, does it? Okay. Well, there we are.
Yeah.
Changes colour. It's clever, that. Anyway.
That's very good.
Cheers. Gotta have a cup of tea with the podcast. I know I nearly spilt it over my laptop last time, but that's beside the point. Right, so we've got a Discord episode for you this week. Let's get into some thoughts, some unpopular opinions, of course, to begin with. Rob says, I'd like to see some big game creators tackling the ongoing issue of NPCs. Rob, this is fantastic. Bravo, Rob. I would like to see some big game creators tackle the ongoing issue of NPCs walking at the same pace as the character on follow missions. Walk with me. Okay, but speed up or slow down. They always walk at the same. They don't care.
You know what? There must be so much thought put into that. I bet there's meetings on the speed.
Can they walk up or slow down with a player character? Absolutely not. No. They're sticking to their speed, and that's
Stick to it.
And then produce
some games are really good. Where if you start jogging, they'll start jogging as well. But it's rare. It's rare.
I remember this in GTA 3 on the PS2, being like, come on, hurry up, will you? Oh, in cars, we have to stay further back, so they don't see you.
Oh, yeah, that was annoying. No, the worst. Do you remember GoldenEye? Having to navigate Natalia to follow.
Yeah, Natalia.
In the middle of some big fights. Come on, get in the lift.
Natalia, hurry up. Producer David adds, I don't know how many times I accidentally killed Queen Amidala on Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, on the PlayStation 1, because she would wait behind and get swarmed by battle droids. Yeah, I know. R.I.P.
Yeah, it's tough,
Queen Amidala. Good unpopular opinion there, Rob. We like that. Very good. You'd think with all the advances of gaming, they'd be able to sort that out. You should come. GTA 6, Rob. We can hope. Right, okay, time for some trivia then. Now, if you want to get some trivia into the future episodes of this podcast, you know what to do. Go onto the Discord, find the secret channel, and suggest your questions there. And then producers will work on it and turn it into a question that we then.
And you know what? I reckon that that secret channel is just like bing, bing, flashing for them. It's like bright lights in bold.
Hundreds.
Like you can't miss it. Whereas we can't even see it.
We can't even see it. It's our own podcast, and we can't even see it in our own.
It's got like a big banner and everything. Click here for secret channel.
We're not bitter about it at all. It's fine.
No.
Okay, so this week's question is this:
Who wants to be a continuaire?
Which handheld gaming device does Wayne Rooney say played a big part in Manchester United's success in the 2000s, and why? Which handheld gaming device does Wayne Rooney say played a big part in Manchester United's success in the 2000s, and why?
Oh, 2000s.
Now, I happen to know the answer to this question, so no pressure, but I've got it this week. And I'll tell you for why, because I asked one of his colleagues, Rio Ferdinand, a question similar to this when I used to be gaming correspondent back in the day for the BBC, and he gave me the answer. So, in fact, I saw this come up on social media the other day. Rooney credits X for Man United's success. And I was like, hang about. I did that exact story 10 years ago.
Well, do you know what it is? It's
not 10 years ago.
It was the squad where it was him and Ronaldo up front.
Yeah. I can tell you who told me the same thing. Rio Ferdinand gave me an interview once. We're talking about games, and he told me this as well.
Speaking of that, didn't Giggs be on the front cover of a FIFA one time? I'm trying to think now.
Oh, he must have done. Rooney's been on the front cover of a FIFA, surely.
Yeah, no, he has. Yeah, definitely. I want to say PSP. But I can't remember when it came out. I know it was early 2000. I don't know if it was 2000. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that for now, and then maybe later on I'm
writing my answer down, right? Just
you already know this one.
I was accused the other day of jumping on someone's bandwagon because I didn't say my answer. So okay, I'm writing it down now. Aina, look away.
Put a timestamp on it.
Look away.
All right. Yeah.
Are you getting that? Wait. Come on. Adjust. Okay, done.
Okay.
And there's a very specific reason why it is that console, which I will go into later on. I love it when a question comes up and I know the answer to it. Yes.
Oh, damn. But there wasn't that many handhelds around back then, so I don't know.
And a big shout out again to Andy from last week, who's done a special spreadsheet for us. Andy, the result of that is coming. David just needs a little bit of time to figure out the maths on that. Okay?
Needs to work out how to use it.
Andy's made it so that it weights how many questions we've asked compared to, how many times we've been on. It's clever. Currently, me and Ainel is on 26.5%. I'm on 25.
Oh, that's decent.
0.7%. So we're getting closer.
I'll take 26.
10 out of 38 I've got right.
As long as I'm over quarter, I'm happy.
10 and a half.
10 out of 38?
10 and a half out of 38. You've had 10 right out of 35. Not a great record from us, is it? But whatever. Here we are. Great question. Thank you very much for that.
We're in double digits.
We're in double digits. And look, we're still above Shay. We're still above Gav. We're still above Els the Witch. We're still above Glenn. We're still above Melisante Mahu, okay? She might be in Assassin's Creed, but who's higher up the leaderboard in the Press X quiz, eh?
Check it.
We are.
Check the stats.
Great questions, so keep them coming in the Discord. We love seeing them.
I am continually impressed with the questions, continually.
It's good stuff.
I swear, other podcasts, if I hear like a question and stuff, it's like, that's easy. Like, man.
This shit's hard.
This one, I'm like, why? I'm like,
this is making
okay.
us work. Okay, so we've been raiding the Discord. Before we begin, there has been talk in the Discord of a Discord-wide game of Fallout. Not Fallout.
Yes,
Fall
there has
Guys.
been.
Fall Guys, not Fallout.
Fall Guys, yeah.
We're going to figure that out, okay? We're going to just spend a bit of time getting a date where, because mine and Nell's schedules aren't aligning fantastically well at the moment because we're busy with different stuff. But we will find a time when we're going to do that. So this is our solemn promise to you. We're going to have a big Discord game of Fall Guys because that will be epic. So we will do that soon. So stay, keep your eyes peeled in the Discord. We'll have more details on that soon. Okay, what do you think about this then? Emulator sticks. They've come up in the Discord. It's one of those things where you buy like an emulator stick that's got thousands of games from different platforms on one stick.
Stick it in your TV.
Yeah, Rob bought one and he spent the night playing old Mega Drive and PS1 games, and he's had a blast of having a nostalgia trip playing Aladdin, Jurassic Park, Pro Evo, Silent Hill, etc. My thinking is that they're all old games and they're basically unavailable other than, in secondhand sellers or stuff, so can't be doing any harm. Your take, Einel?
Yeah, it can't be doing any harm. You can't buy those games legitimately anyway. A lot of them. I know there's like some stores, like I know PlayStation are starting to kind of bring some of their games back in, like PS1s and Nintendo were kind of doing their not virtual console thing, but their online kind of gaming service. But there's a lot of like old school like Atari games and old school Spectrum games and even just like NES games and stuff like that where you just can't buy them. You can't buy it. You can't buy them anywhere. And so like it's nice to be able to play them. My only thing is like a lot of the sticks, they usually come with like a control, the sticks that you plug in, they usually come with like a bespoke controller thing. The controller's always trash. That's the only thing I don't like.
Yeah, the controllers, the ones that are preloaded with a controller involved.
Yeah,
the controls aren't great. I think
horrible.
I think it is. I mean, it does sort of give you a, it helps you scratch that nostalgia itch. But I think there's got to be a conversation had in terms of, because there is a little bit. They are legal, these emulator sticks, but it does raise some sort of questions about how they, about like how we remember. And I know we talked about this in an episode right back to when close to the beginning of when we came back, in terms of like how we keep a track and keep hold of games that then, as the technology moves on, what's the best way of doing that? Because if these are the only ways you can play older titles still, is that what the developers would have wanted? Do we need a better like museum or like a better structure or a better way of doing it?
I think we definitely do, but I think it's already too late.
Yeah.
It's already too late. But like at the same time, it's like I think we might have spoken about it before. There's like a Kickstarter for like a Time Crisis gun where you can play the original Time Crisis games and on modern TVs, which is the issue because you can't usually do it with the LCDs. The CRTs works differently in terms of how it would display the light and stuff. It doesn't work on our modern screens. And there's a Kickstarter of a company that's managed to figure it out, and they got the proper Time Crisis. And they got like the bespoke gun. I might have to back it.
Yeah,
I might have to back it.
I mean, I've told you the time I completed Time Crisis 2 for £1. It's my greatest achievement in gaming. I completed.
I need video
Time
evidence,
Crisis
my brother.
2 for £1 on the arcades in Aberystwyth Pier. It was there. It happened. Everybody.
Everyone saw.
Hand on heart.
Check the CCTV.
I can find the photo. I'll find the photo and I'll share it.
Listen, you gotta check that in the Discord.
Gurning, having completed Time Crisis 2 for £1.
Yeah,
it's my greatest gaming achievement.
Is it? Single player? He said he didn't need a second person.
Need a second player. Thinking he did. I mean, what could be better than completing Time Crisis 2 for £1?
I didn't know you was that good with the
Mate, you should have seen me. I was like John Wick out there. You should have seen me.
Shooting like this, holding the gun to the side,
like bobbing, weaving.
Ducking. It's like you don't need to duck. You just press the pedal.
I was like a ghost out there. No, I was weaving, bobbing and weaving.
Listen, I need to see this picture, Stan. You need to dig it up. You need to dig it up.
The slight caveat, which I don't think diminishes the achievement at all, and still allows me to say that I completed Time Crisis 2 for £1, which is factually correct. The caveat was, because it's an older machine, it was 10 pence ago.
Oh, there we go. See, I'm thinking...
I'm still... I paid £1, and I got to the beginning...
It's not the same.
It is the same. It is the same. And
no, because I play £1 for 1 credit. You're paying Aberystwyth prices. It's different. It's different.
Okay, right. Okay, we'll throw the XE Council out to the Discord. Have I or have I not? Factually speaking,
that's way different.
Factually speaking, I've paid £1 and I've completed Time Crisis 2.
I was like, yeah, Stefan.
I was like that. I was still like that. I was still.
He had like 10 lives.
Facts speak for themselves.
You saw the game over screen so many times. Continue. You just put more money in.
I paid £1 and I completed Time Crisis 2.
It's not the same.
Anyway, look, a bit of, in case you wondering.
I was playing London prices, because London prices is like £1 a credit.
Well, these days, £100 a credit. Look, in case you're wondering, so about the emulators, basically, they recreate games of from back in the day. So they are basically reversions or remakes of the originals, but the ones that were made by the developers. So like it's been decided by courts that they are legal. A lot of the games companies obviously don't like them, so Nintendo and Sony are quite hot on some of their legal actions about it. But the general consensus at the moment is that they are legal and they're allowed. But like I know was saying, you're using them often on a machine, and it's a bit clunky and a bit tricky. But as in terms of scratching that nostalgia itch, they are a great way to do that, I think. And like I know was saying, there's no other way of buying these things.
Unless you're lucky in a car boot sale. you find a rare copy of an old game. It's so hard to even play those games anymore. Yeah,
it's tough. So so good conversation about Rob. What emulators do you use? Because I am interested in maybe getting hold of one. So send your suggestions in the Discord. I'd love to know which ones you've got and which ones you're thinking of using. Any good ones, bad ones. I know you've got some, I know.
Yeah, and I'm definitely I'll put the link in the Discord for the Time Crisis one, so Stefan can redeem himself.
I stand firmly behind my achievement. Right, Andy's asking, how do terrible games make it to the market? Because Andy's talking about a game as close to my heart. He says Rugby 25 was the long anticipated in rugby circles. It was because originally it was supposed to be Rugby 23, right? Rugby 25 was supposed to be coming out. We haven't had a really good rugby game since Rugby 08, which people still talk about. Obviously, John Olomu Rugby in the 90s was a banger.
They were good.
They were good games, those two. And we were talking about college football last week. Why can't we get a proper rugby game? Okay, it's been a while. And Andy admits that it's difficult to make a rugby game because there's a lot of mechanics and physics and rules, complicated stuff going on in the background. Nevertheless, this iteration is truly awful, says Andy. I returned it after one afternoon's play. The production company spent lots of money on licenses and player profiles, but no time on the game itself, in Andy's opinion. For example, basic gameplay didn't work. Couldn't even score drop goal in the drop goal tutorial, for example, and even basic application of player roles was off. How could a game with seemingly good funding fail so badly on the basic principles of the game? And if so, why wasn't it delayed further until these issues were addressed? And I know, Andy, you weren't alone with people having issues with the Rugby 25 game. I personally haven't played it because of what I was seeing and hearing online. The developers are sticking behind it and saying that they're working on it and making it better. Why do games reach market if they're in this sort of state, do you think?
I think a lot of time is usually due to publisher demands. This is we need to get this game out in this particular window because they're looking at the whole of their kind of catalog and their release schedule and how they want to release games. And the developers that for whatever reason either they're behind on the production of a game or they're understaffed and they're having to work everyone's having to kind of really crunch and work hard to get the game done for those deadlines. And a lot of the time these games have to make different milestones. So there's initial milestones where they have to kind of impress publishers and investors. Okay, this is what the game is, and it moves to the next stage, then it moves to the next stage. A lot of the time it'll get to a point where people might not be impressed, but they need to release something. So it's right, this is the release date. And I know it's in a state, but we just need to release it anyway.
Yeah.
And so like developers have no choice.
And I suppose that makes sense as to why you would prioritize in this instance what the game looks like. So licensing agreements, for example, nice shiny graphics or whatever. It might make sense for you to go that route first as opposed to gameplay, because that on a presentation to some investors looks good.
I think so, man. I think it's definitely like buzzwords and things like that stuff, especially for like marketing to kind of sell things. That's why like roguelike gets like thrown around a lot. That the phrase roguelike, like it's such a gaming term that only kind of people like within that like follow games kind of understand. But like for marketing term, in terms of like picture things, it's such a great term. And so yeah, it's like vertical slices, like what the game is going to look like a little slice of like the gameplay, like the graphics, the sounds, the voice is what usually like developers make. And then that's the thing that helps marketing kind of go out there and try and get funding and stuff like that, and publishers get interest. And every few months, usually developers have to kind of hit various milestones for where the game's at. And sometimes the publishers just give people like a really hard deadline, and it's impossible, but like it's either that or no funding at all.
Yeah, great question, Andy. And there is a small sort of Venn diagram of my interest, and Rugby 25 slap bang in the middle of it. Should be a game I'm playing. I'm just not ashamed. The Rugby League one is apparently a bit better, a bit more complete. If you want to try that to sort of scratch that rugby itch. I can remember interviewing the boss of EA years ago when Battlefield 1 came out. And because it wasn't part of the interview I was doing with him at the time, I can remember asking him, why can't EA do a proper rugby game? Come on,
it's like, we're here for Star Wars, aren't we?
Yeah. We were talking. Was it Battle? I can't remember what game it was. Anyway, we're talking like one of their big blockbuster releases, and off mic was like, "Can you sort out a rugby game really properly? Come on!" And he was like, basically, the markets don't add up because it will sell well in Australia, New Zealand, France, the UK, and South Africa, and maybe a bit of Japan, but not enough of Japan. And he basically said, the amount of money it would take to make a good game, would be like Madden levels, and you're not going to get that return. So it's just purely numbers.
It's not the developers. Like the developers are usually trying their hardest. It's like a developer would never want to release a game that's unfinished and buggy and as hell. Like nobody wants to do that. It's usually forced hands.
Forces beyond. Right, some quick fire questions from the Discord. Sam asks, what is the best side quest in a game?
Ooh, that is
also
a really good question.
What's the difference between a side quest and a mini game? I think a mini game is something that you can play without adding to the narrative of the main game, whereas a side quest does add to the narrative of the main game. That would be my distinction. For me, there was a brilliant side quest, and in Witcher 3 there were loads of side quests in Witcher 3, which was really sort of fleshed out the story, wasn't it? But there was a side quest where you had to track down someone who was trying to be a witcher. it was copying you, and I thought that was really fun, and the writing was really funny because it's sort of quite knowing, and then you had the power at the end of the side quest to decide what happens to him. Do you like, are you going to be mean to him, or are you going to let him loose and let him carry on pretending to be Geralt or whatever? So that was really fun. I loved that. And then Witcher 3.
Oh, for me, it would have. I'm taking it back to my childhood. It was Donkey Kong Country 3, and I didn't like. Obviously, internet wasn't around, so I didn't know there was a whole secret world. And like I managed to like through talking to the bears in the game and doing like trades and different finding things for them. You manage to find out, there's a secret place, and you find a whole different secret island full of like the hardest levels in the game, and I had no idea it was there. And I love when games do that, because it's like, there's an extra world of extra things, and it's like that are optional, and like you only find it if you're like top player. And I like that. I really enjoy a good. That Witcher one sounds cool though.
Oh, it was really fun. I mean, there were loads of good ones. There were loads of good ones in The Witcher, but that was the one that just popped in my head when I thought of it.
I don't think I found that one.
David asks, "What's the best betrayal by an ally in a game, and how does the story make sure that you don't see it coming or don't feel it was naff?" Now, this is such a great question, David. We could do a full episode on these. There are 3 that spring to my mind. I don't know if you want to go first, Ainel, or like.
Yeah, I got one.
When I saw David's question, I was like, okay, let me cook. So what you go first? You go first.
Far Cry 2. Far Cry 2 is one of the best. It's the best Far Cry game. Set in an African country and basically you have like companions that can help you, like you can call upon and help you in time of need and stuff like that because you've done missions for them in the past. And it's a great mechanic because anytime you're in like a massive firefight, you're just about to die, the companion can come along, give you a little boost and help you get you out of that altercation. Fantastic. When you get to the final mission though, you get choice. You get a choice to like do the main mission, which I won't spoil, or listen to the main villain and don't do it. And if you don't do it and you follow the main villain, then your companion tries to kill you. The person that's been saving your life the entire game, that person comes and that's your final altercation is with them.
That is cool. That is really cool. You know, the Far Cry games are one of those ones that they've just passed me by, and I feel like I'd really get on with them. So
Far Cry 2 is so good. It's still got one of the most like evilest mechanics in the game. It's got your character gets malaria at the beginning of the game, and you have to kind of keep going to the doctor to get malaria tablets. It can flare up at any time, the malaria, and you can just die. And if you ain't got enough tablets, that's it. It's game over, and it can happen during cutscenes.
Yeah, no.
During cutscenes, Steph. You're watching cutscenes.
Like I was sad enough when Arthur Morgan started getting ill. I can't be coping with it. So, David, I've got 3 for you. Number 1, the overall winner, I think, hands down for me, is General Shepard in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah,
when that happens, my jaw hit the floor. It was like, oh, I felt ill, I felt angry, I felt all the emotions, because what's worse about it is that you see the shooting you in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
not just that, you see him shoot Ghost as well first, right?
Yeah, the emotions were like, what? Wait, no. And then when you get your own back at the end, it's so sweet. I was pressing, it was the F button, isn't it, on PC? Pressing a few, just to stab him, get him.
Stefan shouting at the screen.
Get him! Die! General Shepard, that is, and I know they've just announced that there's going to be a Call of Duty movie released, isn't there? So we're working on one.
Is, yeah.
There's got to be a twist or a turn of like General Shepard nature in that, because I think that is like the Call of Duty moment all these years later. It hasn't been matched since. And then a couple of honourable mentions. You could say Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII, actually, because initially, and so I'm flying the L's the Witch flag here. We're talking about Final Fantasy VII with L's not on the podcast, which is odd, but here we are. Sephiroth is initially presented as the hero in 7. Granted, I've not played the remakes. I've only played the original. And then obviously, no spoilers, goes ahead and kills someone very special in a very sad way. And that shattered hearts and minds for a long time. So I think Sephiroth is an honourable mention. And also, we know I like Metal Gear. Master Miller in Metal Gear Solid, who is there to give you like tips and advice throughout on your codec. He turns out to be your evil brother, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
And when he takes the sunglasses off and the hair falls down, it's like, what?
And he does it in the codec as well. So like,
Love it. Yes. Love a betrayal.
How did I not know?
I love and hate betrayals in equal measure, David. Like when I read The Red Wedding when I was reading Game of Thrones, I threw the book across the room. I got my wife's like, "What are you doing? What are you throwing books for? What's going on here? Can you believe what's just happened here?" So I love them and hate them in equal measure. I think they're brilliant. And in
no, but that's good. I always think like if it affects you in that kind of way, that means the story's done right. And it has. Because you wouldn't feel so passionate about it, or you wouldn't feel so affected by those moments if you weren't so engrossed in the characters and the story so far. And so, some good choices there, especially that Final Fantasy one. That affected so many people back in the day.
So many people have still gone to... And in fact, I did a Q&A with one of the creators of Final Fantasy once, and I remember saying to him, "How do you feel about giving trauma to a generation of video gamers with that moment?" And he laughed.
Do you know what? Because I don't think it had ever been done at that point in a video game, killing off a main character.
Well, that's why Final Fantasy VII, I think, was so iconic. Obviously, because of the graphical sort of developments it made at the time, but the storytelling was beautiful. And that, alongside Metal Gear, showed what gaming could be. That it wasn't just Mario jumping up and down, or Rayman, or whoever. It really showed the intricacies of it. But look, we want to know your favourite betrayals in games, because I love seeing it. I would like to see more of them, to be honest. I'd like to see it used more.
Listen, you got to play Far Cry, man. Come on.
I mean,
Because when your companion saves you so many times, you're indebted to them. You're like, yes, and then at the end of the game, it's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah. I mean, people will be shouting Mass Effect at the screen. All sorts of suggestions. Like, get your suggestions in on the Discord as well. What are your favourite betrayals in games?
Great one, Dave.
Good question, Dave. We loved that.
Yeah, great one, Dave.
Andrew Coulson's on. If people were to only buy one game between now and Christmas, what would their picks be? What are you saying, Einel?
Oh, what, a game released this year or any?
Well, just any game, I think, what Andrew's saying. If you're buying one thing between now and Christmas, what's it going to be?
Oh, Metroid for me. I've been waiting for Metroid Prime 4. I finished Metroid Dread for the first time a couple of months ago in preparation. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's bring it.
Yeah. Good shout. Battlefield 6 intrigues me, Andrew.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I was disappointed with the last one. But from what I've seen, and I know you went to the preview event for us, actually, Einel,
it was fantastic. Yeah.
You've had a little. What's your sense of? Is it going to be good?
It's gonna be very good. Like, I like the last one anyway, but like this one's definitely a return to form for like previous ones. I'd say it closely. Out of all the Battlefields, it's most similar to Battlefield 3. If you've played the previous ones, most similar to that one. But with like some modern enhancements and some good unlocks for weapons. You're unlocking stuff constantly, which is great. People love, like, at the end of a match, seeing the bars go up and the XP go up and the unlocks coming out. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a sucker for that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for that. I'm like, yeah, I was the best squad. Yeah, of course I was in the best squad. Ring. I love it.
Yeah.
Because that was the issue with the previous one. The previous one didn't have a scoreboard for like 2 months. And so so now they've made sure all that stuff is there on day one. So yeah.
Yeah. So and it, I think it needs a return to form, doesn't it, for it to regain its relevance?
I think they're in for like a really good year.
Yeah.
I think for a really good year.
Battlefield 6 for me, Metroid for Einel, and then the second one from Andrew. What's a game you think everybody should play at least once in their life, Einel?
Oh, that original Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah.
I think a lot. I'm hoping that they're gonna do a remake of it, like they did with Metal Gear 3 Snake Eater, and they turned it into Delta. Would be nice in that same engine to do the first one again, because I don't think people quite realize how much of an impact it had. Like, I know you were talking just earlier just about like how it kind of changed gaming. It really did, not just for gamers but for other developers as well. And you could see like so many developers got influenced off that game. Like, I don't think I'd ever seen cutscenes in a video game quite like that up until that point. Like,
yeah,
cutscenes were just like a character would waddle on, and then you'd see some text at the bottom, and then they'd waddle off, and that was it. This had like intricate like camera angles, like crash zooms and all sorts, and it had like transitions straight into gameplay. And it's like, whoa, it's like voice acting for the entire game, and the game was like 4 or 5 hours long. 4 or 5 hours of constant dialogue. Never been done before.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good show. I mean, interesting to play it now, mechanically or whatever, but I still think the atmosphere.
I think it still holds up.
Because they've got that sort of top-downy view. It's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
But for me, Andrew, I think everybody's got to play Mario Kart at least once in their life and have that experience. And if you haven't, then you have to experience that at least once. So that would be my answer. But great questions. Keep them coming in the Discord. We love doing these sort of more Discord-y focused
community
from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love them. So keep those questions coming in. If we didn't get around to your question, we will do next time. Just keep them, filing them in, and Owen and David will seek them out, and we'll make sure that we get around to chatting about them here on the podcast. Now, we love these Discord sessions, and especially the XE Council. So let's get some more questions then for the XE Council. I don't have a gavel. I'm going to try not to knock this tea over it.
Oh.
How's that?
Nice.
That was right, wasn't it? Why haven't we bought a gavel yet? Why? Can we get on a to-do list?
Listen, I just like the improvisation of you having different things each time. It's like
the XE Council is now in session. This is the part of the show where we put your moral gaming quandaries to us, and then we'll make a decision about what is right and what is wrong. We've got 2 for you this week.
Now, 2, okay.
Andrew asks, when playing a co-op game, say Split Fiction or Overcooked, is it right for one person to be in charge and call all the shots, or should it be a collaborative effort with everyone shouting out commands and ideas at the same time?
That's, you know what? That's tough. Because that depends on the game, I feel. Because, like, in a game like Overcooked, it's good when it's one person shouting out the different things and everybody saying, yes, chef, and then just doing it when they hear it. But like a game like Split Fiction, I feel like it's more fun when it's collaborative in terms of you both having like an input rather than one person just being dictated to. Depends on the game for me.
I know. Just to pick up on that briefly, do you say yes, chef, when you're playing Overcooked?
Yes, chef.
It's not a real kitchen, I know.
No, listen, but you got to take it serious. Come on, this is Overcooked. People want their orders.
You're really role-playing that.
Yeah, yes, chef. Yeah.
Love that.
You don't say yes, chef.
I would love to play Overcooked with you. We should do that.
Yes, chef.
So this is a tough question, Andrew, because I've got mixed feelings. I think you've got to take it into it, because we don't want someone to be like, it's my way or the highway.
That's it. Then it's not fun for the other person.
So maybe you should do it like, okay, you should have a lead person to maybe make decisions, because that helps. But also, I wonder if you should split that. If you should, so sort of one level, one person takes the lead, the next level, the next person takes the lead.
Ooh, yeah, that could be cool.
So, well, we need to make a ruling on it. So what do we...
I feel like it needs to be more collaborative overall. Like, if I think of It Takes Two, like the whole point of that game is learning how... is building up back their relationship together. And that is all about communication. That's about, like, giving and receiving and taking turns. And so, like, I feel like that is probably the best way. Unless you're playing Overcooked.
Yeah, let's say collaborative, but I think you should have someone should take... I don't know.
You're in charge, isn't it, when you play It?
In fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do something unique to the XE Council. We're going to take this away and we're going to go and think about it. And Andrew, we're going to come back next episode. So just let's all make a note of this. Owen and David and Ina, let's make a note of this. We will come back to this decision next week.
Okay.
Because I can't make my mind up. I think it's a hung jury here, so we're going to go away and think of it.
The XE jury.
Next question. Demi's in. In a competitive game like Mario Kart Super Smash Bros., if you're playing against someone who's still learning how to play, or you're playing against a kid, should you go easy on them / occasionally let them win? Or is it no mercy? Because the only way a newbie gets better is if they get stomped on until they learn how to get good.
Oh, yo, that's a good question. I've always been the person that goes easy because there's such a chasm of like knowledge between being a beginner and being an expert at a game that like it's no fun. Like I've played. I'll tell you a personal story, Steph. Right, back in the 90s, Earl's Court used to do once a year the Future Entertainment Show, right? Where it was like a big like gaming expo, electronics expo, but like they had a lot of games and stuff like that. They had a Super Street Fighter 2 was there when it was coming out, and it was the first time anyone got a chance to play it. They did a big thing where they said whoever on the main stage, whoever could beat the Street Fighter champion wins like a Mega Drive.
Yeah.
Whoever screams the loudest gets to go on stage. I'm like, I'm screaming to go on the stage. I get picked. Gassed. I picked DJ. Never played him before. Stupid
but
mistake.
He's the best character.
I know, but I didn't know him. Like, because like no one had played the game at that point. I should have stuck with like Ryu or Ken. Didn't. Yeah. I picked DJ. And the other guy was like an expert. He perfected me in 2 rounds. I didn't even get one hit. And do you know how embarrassed I felt? Like, on a big stage, there's hundreds of people watching me get perfected twice.
I thought you were going to say you won.
Nah, bro.
The exact opposite.
the opposite. I didn't even touch him.
I
didn't even get a round of applause. Like, afterwards, they're like, get a round of applause. And it was like, people just like, it was like,
oh dear.
I got destroyed. And so, like, when it comes to things like that, go easy, man. Because I'm still
win.
living with that today.
Yeah, look, I know clearly some therapy to talk about that from however many years ago. I think, Demi, you've got to make it fun for them, but you can still win. So when I play my nephew at FIFA, he's better than me now, but, you know, back in the day when I was better than him, I would make sure that they got a couple of goals in to make it feel like they were in a game, but then I would obviously come back and win. Nice. But you got to make it feel like it's competitive so that they get the sense of, oh, this is exciting.
Yeah.
And then they do improve over time. So I think you've got to find a middle ground, but you've got to let them have fun.
Don't destroy them.
Don't destroy. Stomping on anyone's no fun. Also, whose ego are you boosting anyway? You're beating a kid. Do you know what I mean? Get over yourself. So anyway, that's it for this week's EXE Council.
Oh, that brought up some memories.
Nell's got to go and have some therapy, so we're just wrapping things up now. Right, and Andrew, we will be back with your answer next week. The big question from today's show, which is the producers listening to what we've been talking about and coming up with a question. What's the all-time toughest gaming challenge you've overcome? The all-time toughest gaming challenge you've overcome. Please note, we aren't following Aberystwyth Pier rules, so challenges won by cheesing don't count. It's not cheesing, it's fact. I started Time Crisis 2 with £1 and I finished the game on that same £1. And so I'm going to say completing Time Crisis 2 on £1. Thank you very much.
I'll let you have that. I think mine was doing unlocking all the cheats in Perfect Dark. The way to unlock them was you had to finish all the single player levels under a set time. So you had to like race through it was like GoldenEye. It was similar to GoldenEye where you had to run through the levels as fast as you can, do all the objectives. And I think mine was Perfect Dark because it was so hard. Some of them you had to do them in less than like 5 minutes, and it was like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was tough. Good answer, very good. Right then, okay, let's have a little look then. What have we got to finish up? Oh yeah, the trivia question for this week. Which handheld gaming device does Wayne Rooney say played a big part in Manchester United's success in the 2000s and why? So our scores, just by the way, at the moment, we are on about 25%ish around there. So we're getting about a quarter of them right. What's your final answer?
Oh, it was either the Game Boy Advance or PSP. I'm going to go with PSP.
Well, that's what I wrote down because I showed it to the screen, didn't I? And that's the right answer.
Did you?
It is the PSP.
Hey, what?
But for a bonus point, I also said, did you know why?
No idea.
Because they used to use the PSP to play SOCOM, the military combat game.
Yeah, I remember.
Because they said, and Rio Ferdinand said the same to me years ago. In fact, I'm going to dig it out right now. See if I can BBC Newsbeat Rio Ferdinand SOCOM. Yes, 2020. He told me this.
Oh snap!
So anyway, it doesn't matter. It's why do I care? It's still out there. It is SOCOM because they used to talk to each other and it worked on their teamwork and their play styles and even their game personalities. Michael Carrick was sneaky and calm, while Rooney was all out front and centre. So well done, Inel, getting that one right.
Skulls didn't get invited to play.
So we are at 28.6% now for you, 27.6% for me. So we're not bad. Yes. We're getting better.
Yes.
Right. Well, listen. Thank you very much for all of the stuff coming into the Discord. We couldn't make this podcast without it. We love seeing the conversations. We love being part of it. We love sending out biscuits to you guys. It's been really great. So thanks. We will do more of these Discord sessions.
Yeah. Thank you for the pictures as well in the Discord. That was awesome.
Yeah, really fun. So thank you very much. We're going to be back next Tuesday. Remember to message us on pressxpod on TikTok and pressxpodcast on Instagram. Join the Discord if you're not in there yet. And we will see you very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.